Welcome to the Flat Track Factory. Today we're going to discuss one of the unsung legends in the world of flat track, the XR100. How has a 7 horsepower kids motorcycle helped develop some of the best flat track racers that have ever been? Stick around and I'll give you more reasons than this motorcycle has horsepower. Alright, let's get right to it. These are cheap to buy. You can pick them up in the $800 to $2,000 range depending on the year model. They're available, the local newspaper, online, a dealer. All of these places are great places to look for a used XR100. No need to buy new. They're easy to set up. With as little as $50 for a rear tire, you can go racing with a bone stock XR100. In fact, I think you should race a bone stock XR100, and I'll tell you why in a little while. They're very easy to transport. They are small and light. They'll fit into a small transport vehicle or even on a single rail trailer on the back of a car. The XR100 is small. It only requires a small area to ride. They're quiet. They don't attract a lot of attention. If you're going to race, and I hope that you do, you can race in at least 2 classes. Racing more is better. In the beginning, the best modification you can do to your racing program is race more. People who have raced an XR100 for a long time will tell you they are virtually indestructible. They tolerate very limited maintenance, and if you need parts, the parts are quite cheap. The small size and the low horsepower mimics a big bike and its dynamics in a smaller space. So what you would feel on an 800 or 1,000 foot track at 50 miles an hour feels very similar to a big bike on a mile. Typically, speeds in the Mad Dog or XR100 classes are lower. This gives you more time to think about what's happening, to see what's coming at you, and to do more learning. Again, we want more seat time to have more experiences to draw from when something happens in front of us or we see an opportunity in front of us. Experience is what you need. The fact that this motorcycle has 7 horsepower means it doesn't accelerate. Therefore, to ride well, everything about this experience is going to drive you not to slow down because you can't accelerate. Corner speed is king. That's what wins races. The low grip and flexible chassis gives you lots of very loud feedback. The manageable lap time is longer. This gives you more time to see and feel the limit approaching. And that's what you need to get better, is be able to feel when the front tire is coming to its limit, to feel as the bike is sliding. That's about as much as I can do. And everything happens with a little more time to think about what's happening, process it, learn from it, and be able to come away with more experience. The speed differential in the class from the very fastest guys to the guys that are maybe towards the back is lower. It's easier for all of us to get to the limit of the motorcycle. That way, the very fastest guy will not go away from the beginner so quickly. That will give the learning rider more time to observe, where is this racer beating me? Where is he or she faster than me? And how can I emulate that? How can I copy that? You can see what's possible when the fast person is still in your sights. In the beginning, they're going to take off from you. As you get more experience, they'll take off a little slower from you. As you get more experience, you'll be able to stay with them for 2 corners, then maybe 3 corners, then maybe a whole lap. This lower speed differential in this class allows you more time to assimilate what you're doing incorrectly, where you're lifting too early, why you're not going back to full power, why you're not leaning the bike over. All of these things can be in front of you for longer when the speed differential is lower. There's a strong argument to be made that modifying your XR100, particularly when you're a beginner, makes you slower. You ideally are learning and gaining experience. You want to have a motorcycle that really is not the fastest thing on the track. I know that's blasphemy, but hear me out. You want to be able to experience a situation where you have to work, where you have to carry the motorcycle, where you have to make an effort. If you're effortlessly pulling out and passing people and then stuffing it down to the bottom of the track, corking them up behind you, are you faster than them? I don't think so. I think you have more to gain by having an average motorcycle. That's why I think the Mad Dog stock, or the stock class for the XR100, is the best thing to do. And yes, maybe somebody's not really following the letter and intent of the rules, but again, this should be maybe part of your racing program. Maybe you race this class twice and then you have a larger motorcycle, or you start with this and you move up. So try to avoid the trap of spending your efforts and your budget on modifying a motorcycle that really has a ton to teach you, bone stock. To go back to something I said a little earlier, what I believe is the best modification for your racing program is more seat time. This motorcycle lets you do more riding. All of the barriers to entry for us when we're looking to gain speed, to gain experience, all of those barriers are lower on this motorcycle. The motorcycle goes slower. When we tip over, the ground's closer and the speeds are lower. More often than not, you can get up laughing. This allows us to make the mistakes that we have to make to realize that was too much, that was too little. All of the elements of learning how to be a better flat track racer are available at a lower barrier to entry with this motorcycle. It's easier to have one, it's easier to maintain one, it's easier to ride one closer to the limit, and we need more experiences at the limit to understand where the limit is and how it moves away from us and towards us in different conditions. And as we get better, we can approach that limit more often and hang on that limit for more of the lap time. We always want to gain 100% of what the motorcycle is capable of, and then maybe even carry the motorcycle a little bit. This is where the ultimate lap time comes from. That level is far more obtainable on this motorcycle than on a full tilt, fire breathing, sticky tired, open class pro bike. That bike feeds you information at a much faster pace. The corner comes up to you at a much faster pace. It is like trying to drink from a fire hose. So this is just a little easier. That's just some reasons that I think this is a great motorcycle that should be in our stable. And I'd love to know what you think. Comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.